Hi, I'm Sean O'Connell. I have a ceramic studio in the old school in Lee Street in Lewisburg, West Virginia. And this will be the last time you'll see my face. I'm going to make a mask, do a little demo for you, and this is how it's made. So I start out usually with a grapefruit size or a large orange size ball of clay, wedged up. It's pretty rough. So I start to flatten it with my hand. It doesn't have to be too precise. The thickness isn't critical, but I'm making a mask, so I like to make an oval, somewhat of an oval. So I'm just pressing it out as even, sort of even. Now I'll take a rolling pin. This is actually I don't mind if the shape isn't perfect, because that's sort of what keeps my interest going. I often will take a block of wood and various things and make imprints in the clay before I start. Give myself some lines to work with. Okay, so I have some interesting marks in there, and I think of a face. So my face is going to be in this area here, and I think of it sort of as a T. So the nose, the eyes, the mouth is like a serif on a capital T. So that is my starting point. So now, when I think of anatomical faces, the brow sort of stands out, and so does the nose. So what I'm doing is I'm stretching that from behind, getting that to stand out a little bit. This clay is too soft. Kind of soft. Softer than I like. So I'm starting to get the sense of the eyebrow ridge, the tip of the nose, a little bit of the chin. And I pull that clay in a little bit. So now I push in slightly. I push out with my fingers where the cheeks are, define that nose a little bit. If the clay is really soft, I'll often take a little bit of newspaper because I want the three-dimensional quality to stay. So I'll put those in places that I'm not really working from behind. They'll also absorb a little bit of the water if the clay is soft. Sometimes I'll let the clay set up. I thought this clay was a little stiffer than it seems to be. So, pressing in where the eye sockets are, and the eye sockets are pretty big on a human. I keep having to go in there. As the clay is soft, gravity wants to pull it down. So I start to press in that. So on a human, the bone of your skull only goes to about here. The rest of your nose is cartilage. Then I start to take a tool and basically draw in some of the marks that I like as indicate the mouth there. Maybe a little bit higher. Pull up that lip. That's the upper lip. Kind of goes up and down. this in. Little ridge there. That's called a philtrum. So indicate those nostrils fit. And to define that under lip, the bottom lip, I press in there and I leave the clay high there and sort of pinch in so that I start to develop that chin protuberance, and then press the face back, because a face is like a dome. It's not flat. I'm going to stretch the cheeks out a little bit again. And I come from behind and I press out eyes. So I keep working on the details little by little until I'm satisfied. And it's a stylized face. It's not an actual human face. It's just my interpretation of a face. So we can have fun with it. And I never get tired of them. Each one is an individual. I try to indicate certain things that are common to all human faces. There's just no specific type of individual this is. So it's kind of rough, and it'll change as the clay dries and shrinks. The features will become more defined and change. The gravity's pulling this down, as I said before, so I keep pushing in and pushing up from below. It's kind of a dance. I've indicated the eye bulges, so there's eyeballs behind there. Now I'm going to indicate the split where the eye is actually in. I like to make closed eyes. I think they're calm, serene. It's nice for a mask. If you make open eyes and drill holes, that becomes much more intense. So I'm just going to do what I usually do, and I kind of split that bulge. That kind of indicates my eye, and it's like a little bit like sleeping or meditation. It's very quiet. So I've just got that worked out. Sometimes I'll wiggle it back and forth to show the thickness of the eyelids. Switch hands. So once I have that, I'll go back under and stretch them a little more, and that kind of opens it up. So I'll use my finger from behind to support it, and then push it in from the top where that eyeball's formed. The bridge of the nose can pinch. So that's basically it. Sometimes while the clay is still soft, I may play with some more marks around the outside. But I like how as the clay stretches, those straight lines become curves, and you never know how they're gonna stand out or gonna change. Sometimes I'll do that. Indicates kind of a jewelry possibly, or an imaginary thing. But that's basically it. I'll keep fussing with it sometimes for a while, but it's better not to overwork it. It's best to just keep it simple. Thank you very much. Come see me at Lee Street when it's safe.